What's up everybody, hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and to this new video about the Apecoin, or just simply Ape, that's the abbreviation APE of course, which I wanted to cover today because, well, just because I felt like it needed an update. Apart from that, it's also relatively bullish, but you should see that in perspective, of course. We have been dropping for the last few days, so you'd expect at least one bullish day in all of those. And it's only up 5%. Volume is great, though. Obviously, Apecoin has a very big community behind it. Volume at 280 million, 20% of the market cap. That's great. Apart from that, I also wanted to do kind of like an inflation rate update, because we'll get inflation rate numbers later this afternoon. Check it out on myfxbook.com when it is in your time zone. I think that's easier. So now we're relatively bullish. We found support at 4.2, enough support to actually get us back up. But a major resistance level is coming up. And I haven't drawn that level because I didn't think it was necessary. It's quite visible. This level is coming up. This level right here between 4.75 and 4.6. Mixed in with a 618 fib, and I would bet that there is another fib right there. Yeah, 0.5 fib and a 0.618 fib there at the upper bound as well of the key level. So I think we'll get up there, but I do think that from there we'll start to drop down. So that will be today, and I think we'll start to drop down towards 4.25, and then obviously the inflation rate numbers will come in. Very soon I'll do an update after the inflation rate numbers. Now we can only really update like what's going to happen if the rate is this and that. So if the rate is lower than expected, which would be good, I think we'll find the support, and I think we'll get all the way up to $5 and 5.25. I don't think we'll break that immediately. I do think we'll have a chance within the next few days if that happens. So if the inflation rate is lower, basically if you, I could do a video on it if how that works, but if it's lower, the interest rate projections for the long term, probably not for the short term, but for the long term probably decrease, and a lower interest rate is beneficial for risk on assets, such as definitely crypto, but also a little bit stocks, and stocks and crypto are heavily correlated too. So it's like a circle. So that's if the inflation rate is lower, which, I mean, there's really nothing you can say about that. It could be lower, but there's really nothing you can say unless you do a deep dive economic analysis of the United States every month, which we don't do. So that's if it's lower. If it's actually higher than expected, that would be bad. As I said, I think towards that event will already be starting to drop down towards 4.25 and 4.2. If it actually is higher than expected, I think we'll drop down all the way to $4 and 3.8. And first of all, I do think that will hold, but I think there's a big chance that we'll also drop down to 3.5 and 3.6. I actually do think we'll drop down to 3.6 then. And if it's really higher than expected, so something like 9.1%, we might drop down all the way to $3 again and 3.25. It's hard to say. I got to be honest with you. The bad scenario is very hard to say at this point of time. Because you always kind of depend on the sentiment too, and I'm not sure what the sentiment is right now. I'd say the sentiment is actually that we, so the sentiment is what people expect. I'd say we actually expect it to be lower than expected from the consensus, which would mean that if it's actually higher, that we would drop down quite significantly. So I'd say we will drop down to 3.5, but it could also be lower. I'm not that confident about that, so please keep that in mind. Do your own analysis as well. Obviously, that's the best way to do that and to do this. So for now, that was my analysis on Apecoin. So if you do have any questions about the analysis, please let me know down in the comments. For now, though, thank you all for watching and listening, and I hope to see you all in my next videos. Bye.